Alright, this is completely unrelated to the topic of this video, but I've been thinking about this a lot recently and it kind of upsets me. You know, Oreos, they came out with this new product called Oreo Thins, which are essentially just these like skinnier versions of their cookies. And in the commercials, they try to make them look all elegant and ritzy and nice, you know, oh, rich people eat Oreo Thins. But what upsets me about it is that I just looked them up because I haven't seen them in stores. They're the same price as regular Oreos, but there's less cookie there. Like, I don't know. Who wants that? But anyway, speaking of absolutely stupid things going on in the world right now, apparently there's some new TikTok challenge going on that is just mind-boggling to me. Now, literally any time that you hear internet challenge, online challenge, TikTok challenge, social media challenge, basically any sort of online buzzword with the word challenge following it, we're talking about kids trying to poison themselves or putting their lives at risk for 14 seconds of internet clout, and, well, TikTok, they're not disappointing me on that regard, you know? They say humans have been evolving, right? You know, we're supposedly getting smarter as time goes on, right? We live in the information age. You can look up pretty much anything that you want. Our ancestors 10,000 years ago were painting on walls with animal blood and surviving on woolly mammoth carcass or whatever, right? And, well, today, teenagers are apparently overdosing on Benadryl trying to get some TikTok points. But before we also get started, I do want to remind you guys, I just dropped some new merch for the channel here just today. There's a little bit more of it than the last drop because the last drop actually sold out quicker than I expected it to, so this will be here for a limited time. If you want to help support the channel, considering this video likely will be demonetized, go ahead and go get yours at shopopti.com. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, apparently, this is just another one of these fads that has developed. You know how TikTok is. They develop just these weird challenges, these weird routines that people kind of spiral through and start doing, and, you know, you never will catch me doing most of these internet challenges. I think the best one was probably that ice bucket one, where at least it was like people trying to do stuff to raise money for charity and whatnot. It was pretty harmless, right? You know, just pouring some ice cold water on people and laughing for a second. That was pretty harmless. But then we've been hit with, you know, the Tide Pod challenge. The one where kids were like slamming their heads or whatever against pavement. I don't know, man. There's been so many. But apparently there's a new warning going out from the company Johnson & Johnson, basically urging parents to keep an eye on their kids if they've got Benadryl in the house. Now, this new Benadryl TikTok challenge, as it's being called, has already resulted in at least one person dying and several people being hospitalized. Basically, the challenge is to, I guess, take enough of the drug to start to hallucinate and then post the experience on TikTok. So basically, people too dumb to smoke weed and too pussy to do harder drugs are now taking allergy medication to get themselves hyped up for a TikTok video. That's pretty sad if you ask me, but I mean, hey, I don't know what I expect out of these new age kids, man. I feel weird saying that because I'm 20, right? Like, you know, your grandparents, they look at me like, oh yeah, he's probably one of those TikTokers, right? Meanwhile, I don't even use that shit. So it just confuses me, the difference that the mentality that we have within like 10 years when it comes to these kids, man. I'm just saying, bro, when I was 10 years old, the cinnamon challenge, you know, that was kind of the thing going on, I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe a few years after that. I'm not sure. But, you know, people were just trying to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon, and that was like the internet challenge of the day or whatever back then, right? Or people went and planked out front of the courthouse downtown or something like that. That was kind of what was going on. Now we got kids out here overdosing on Benadryl, man. Come on. Believe it or not, people actually do try to recreationally use Benadryl, so I'm going to go ahead and explain the side effects to you because they're terrible. Along with all the other side effects, you know, like completely destroying your kidney and possibly killing yourself, Benadryl is also known to cause a reaction when taken in high volume that is quote-unquote getting high. People who overdose on Benadryl often report seeing horrible shit when they do it. I mean, people report seeing dead relatives for hours. People have reported that they just see demons and horrible hallucinations that just scare you for hours. And this is something that lasts for a while. Once you've started it, you're pretty much, it's happening, I guess is the best way to put it. You're not getting out of this. Unless maybe you go get like your stomach pumped or whatever at the hospital. This is a road that you go down and it's not over for a long time. Now, I'm not really sure who wants to sit there and see scary shit like that the whole time that they're doped up, but it's pretty stupid to do recreationally. And then those people, they're not doing it for TikTok clout, right? We now have kids who are out here doing this literally in order to try and get some attention on the internet, which is the weirdest concept to me, man, because to keep it a buck 50, bro, like, dude, I have 900,000 subscribers, man. If anyone will watch me, people will watch anything, bro. Like, you legitimately have a shot to, I guess, become viral online doing literally anything. You don't have to resort to the stupidity of trying to overdose on Benadryl to get some online clout. And in all reality, man, that's the sad thing I would have to say about new social media users, right? You know, they see all this attention that people get online. They see how cool it looks and whatever. I'm telling you, bro, it really isn't that cool. It's not that fascinating, you know? Like I said, I got 900K subs, right? You know, I'm getting, what, 25 million views a month? I'm just here to tell you, man, this whole internet thing is not as exciting as you guys are trying to make it. I mean, yeah, it's cool and whatnot, it's fun, but I'm telling you, it really isn't worth doing permanent harm to your body for. Like, it's really not worth doing something like this for. And at the end of the day, man, when it comes down to it, when you're doing stuff like this, you're not even getting attention for like a long period of time. It's literally that 15 minutes of fame kind of thing. I mean, you're talking about people, what, especially like on TikTok, unless you're like one of the top 40 creators on there, you're not getting attention for a long period of time anyway. Because, I mean, if you're what, Charlie D'Amelio or whoever, you know, I mean, yeah, you're good because like you're at the top, but bro, if you're one of these people with 6 followers trying to do this, like, I hate to tell you, dude, even if you blow up, you're gonna have attention for like 3 days. And when you're dealing with the medical ramifications of this, you know, you're going to think back on that all that 15 minutes of fame that you got, and you're not going to definitely think that it was worth it. It's just sad that we have so many people online who like genuinely don't even give an effort to try and do anything to become viral, like worth a shit. They just instead turn to doing something stupid like this. So an unnamed teen, I should say that better, was killed during this whole thing because, well, they took too much of a medication that, regardless of how harmless you think it is because it's so commonplace over the counter, is dangerous to consume in a large quantity. But apparently 3 teens also were hospitalized in May. This was in Fort Worth, Texas, and yeah, I mean, this Benadryl challenge has gotten those guys hospitalized. And so it seems like it's becoming a little bit more popular over time, at least to the point that somebody has now unfortunately passed away during this whole subject. Now, of course, Johnson & Johnson had to, I guess, issue some sort of, I guess, public statement on this subject because it's gotten to the point that people are dying. They gave a very corporate response, you know, they said, oh, it's concerning, it's dangerous, it should be stopped. But apparently they're going to be working with TikTok and other people to stop it by possibly removing content across the internet that showcase the behavior. So I gotta say, man, that's kind of tough, right? Like, you know, imagine you're what, 15, you know, you don't know how to like make content online, you don't know how to get yourself a couple people following you or whatever. So you're like, you know what? Fuck it, mask off, I'm gonna do some Benadryl, I'm gonna do too much of it to the point that like I have some sort of weird hallucination that scares me for hours that I can't get out of. And then I'm gonna tell my story to people on TikTok, right? Well, imagine the fact that you do that, right? And then you end up getting your TikTok taken down because you're promoting something dangerous and harmful. Picture that being you. So you go through all these health issues, right? You know, you almost kill yourself. You gotta go to the hospital and get that big medical bill, especially here in the United States, man. You know, you go through all that, right? You probably have some sort of long-lasting side effect, you know, maybe your livers or worse. It's gonna take them a little while to heal and whatnot, right? And at the end of the day, man, that video didn't even go viral. That video didn't even get you the 15 minutes you begged for. So, in all reality, I think that that's kind of like the back part of the problem, the part that maybe isn't out in front of the curtains. People really just want to do anything for attention, man, and it's sad. I already told you guys, like, it's really not worth doing stuff like this to have this kind of attention online, but then at the same time, man, you think that that would be, like, almost common sense, but then again, I can't really consider anyone who would do the Benadryl challenge someone who I say would have some common sense in their head, but it really is a shame that, like, young kids are out here looking at stuff like this and thinking that this is the route to go, man, and it isn't worth it at the end of the day. I mean, what, you get a couple thousand followers, right? Because you did something stupid, they're like, oh, look at this idiot. You know, then what? What next, right? Like, you can't make any other content that tops you doing this. You've already stepped really far out in the branches of the tree to try and grasp that clout, right? Like, you pulled it in, let's say. But what do you do now? You know, you can't do Benadryl Challenge Part 2, because then people are like, oh, this guy's fucking boring, I don't want to watch this. And then what's the next step beyond that, man? Like, you're gonna get more and more dangerous and harmful and promoting that in order to keep this internet fame going? Because you can't go from, oh, I overdosed on Benadryl, here's what happened on TikTok. You can't go from that to, hey everybody, this is what I do in my spare time. This is my thoughts on the current crises of the world. You can't be doing stuff like that, right? When you kind of, I guess, fulfill this subcategory of online content, you're there for good. Like, people aren't, like Steve-O, for example, right? Dude made all them Jackass films, right? He does all kinds of crazy stunts. That guy, no one will ever tune into Steve-O for his opinion on quantum physics. But Steve-O will forever be remembered for being the guy who got some chicken eaten out of his fucking underwear hanging over alligator-infested water, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't be that guy forever, and if you do, eventually you're gonna get really hurt. And unfortunately, people are already getting hurt doing stuff like this. I would hope that nobody watching this video would legitimately consider doing something like this, but if you are one of those people, man, you gotta go ahead and give it some more time and thought, man. I don't know what's going on with you, bro, but you need some help, okay? And I'm telling you, that internet clout is not gonna be the help that you need, my man. Please don't be this stupid, folks. When it comes down to it, man, this might make me more mad than those Oreo Thins. I know that that's so off topic, but it's been racking my brain, man. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. Obviously, I have a new merch drop that just came out today. It's here till it's sold out. There's a little bit bigger of an inventory this time around because the other merch actually sold out quicker than I expected, so this one has a little bit bigger of an inventory, but of course, you gotta go ahead and cop yours while it's still here. Great way to support the channel, obviously, considering this video will probably get demonetized. And with that being said, this is Optimus, well, not doing the Benadryl challenge, and signing out.